We are up to the 2007 NFL Draft. The number one pick selected in the 2007 draft by the then Oakland Raiders, considered one of the biggest busts draft picks all time. I actually think that might be up there. Tim Couch maybe has a could also be stated as number one, but this guy really busted out of the NFL. Jamarcus Russell, quarterback, Louisiana State. Number two, Detroit Lions, finally getting a wide receiver that panned out big time. Calvin Johnson, wide receiver, Georgia Tech. Now, the NFL Hall of Fame website said that there aren't any Hall of Famers since like 2004 or something like that, but Calvin Johnson is in the Hall of Fame. Hey, amazing career, Megatron. Thank you, Megatron. Retired early, some back issues, some other injuries, played for some really terrible, awful Detroit teams. Still managed to be an all time great wide receiver. Number three, Cleveland Browns took Joe Thomas, tackle, Wisconsin, also in the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Joe Thomas. Wow, it's two right off the bat. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Gaines Adams, defensive end Clemson. Those are some lean years for the Bucks. Arizona Cardinals, Levi Brown, tackle Penn State. Washington now Commanders, Laron Landry, defensive back Louisiana State. Seventh overall, Minnesota Vikings, Adrian Peterson, running back, Oklahoma. I mean, I think he's going to end up in the Hall of Fame. He definitely had some, let's say, off the field incidents. Well known. He was even served a year suspension. He also tore his ACL, came back from that. Had a very, I mean, top three, top five NFL career rushing yards leader. I mean, for your NFL career, but we're not going to get into off-field stuff so much. Atlanta Falcons, Jamal Anderson, defensive end, Arkansas. Miami Dolphins at 9, Ted Ginn, wide receiver, Ohio State. 10, Oklahoma, Houston, Texas, Omabi Okoye, defensive tackle, Louisville. San Francisco 49ers, Patrick Willis, linebacker, Mississippi. Buffalo Bills, Marshawn Lynch, running back, California. I mean, he had an amazing career. Guy won a Super Bowl, went to two Super Bowls with the Seattle Seahawks. He had actually injured his knee when he played for Buffalo, but the guy was a total stud. But I don't know if he's going to make the Hall of Fame because running backs is extremely rare that they make it in the Hall of Fame. But especially, you had to get over, 15, 10,000, at least 12, 13,000 yards. And even those, some of those, like Frank Gore, probably never going to be in the Hall of Fame, even though I think he's number 2 overall. But anyhow, St. Louis Rams, Adam Carricker, defensive end, Nebraska. New York Jets, Dale Revis, defensive back, Pittsburgh, guys in the Hall of Fame, just got in the Hall of Fame. So we had to kind of go back and check that resource that I found, because definitely 2 here, 3 here. This is a good draft. I mean, except for the number 1 overall. No offense, but I mean, it's just true. Pittsburgh Steelers at 15. Lawrence Timmons, linebacker, Florida State. 16, Green Bay Packers, Justin Harrell, defensive tackle, Tennessee. Denver Broncos at 17, Jarvis Moss, defensive end, Michigan, Florida. Oh, Cincinnati Bengals, Leon Hall, defensive back, Michigan. Some really lot of defensive players taken here. 19, Tennessee Titans, Michael Griffin, defensive back, Texas. New York Giants, Aaron Ross, defensive back, Texas. 21, Jacksonville Jaguars, Reggie Nelson, defensive back, Florida. I think we get the idea. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive backs. Wow. 22 pick overall, Cleveland Browns took Brady Quinn, quarterback, Notre Dame. Did not pan out in the NFL. I mean, there's only been one quarterback from Notre Dame who's been amazing. It's Joe Montana. Has there been anybody else in the last 50 years, last 40 years? Kansas City Chiefs at 23, Dwayne Bowie, wide receiver, Louisiana State. New England Patriots, Brandon Merriweather, defensive back, University of Miami, Florida. I think he had a pretty good career. 25, Carolina Panthers, John Beeson, University of Miami, Florida, linebacker. Dallas Cowboys at 26, Anthony Spencer, defensive end, Purdue. 27, New Orleans Saints, Robert Meacham, wide receiver, Tennessee. San Francisco 49ers. So they had like 2 picks already in the first round. Joe Staley, tackle, Central Michigan. Baltimore Ravens, Ben Grubbs, guard, Auburn. San Diego Chargers, Buster Davis, wide receiver, Louisiana State. Sorry, I just don't think I've ever heard of you. Chicago Bears, Greg Olson, tight end, University of Miami, Florida. Don't think he finished his career with the Chicago Bears, and now he's on television. So he had a very very good career. He played with the Panthers, I believe. If this is the same Greg Olson. And 32, the Indianapolis Colts took Anthony Gonzalez, wide receiver, Ohio State. So there you have it. I mean, Calvin Johnson is 100% in the NFL Hall of Fame. Joe Thomas, for sure. Adrian Peterson probably should be if he's not. Darrell Revis is, so it's three that I know of. Uh, from the 2007 NFL draft. But everybody remembers Marcus Russell. But I'm sorry, but that was a pretty good draft. If you have three in the first round, I mean, three, maybe a fourth, if Adrian Peterson ever gets in, which I think he probably will. And I don't know about Marshawn Lynch. I don't know if people consider him having a NFL Hall of Fame career. All right. See you soon.